everybody, this is Stacy. I am back. It has been a while since I have made a video and I need a little break after Christmas. I was making stuff for hubby's work, making stuff for family. I have far too many hobbies, so I was painting things as gifts because I paint a little bit too. And so I need to take a little break, and then after my little break I decided to work on something new. And what I have for you today, which looks very much like a book or maybe a junk journal, it is not. It is a new kind of mini album. Well, new to me. I don't know if anybody else is doing this yet, at least not with the techniques that I learned from Nick the Booksmith. For those of you who aren't familiar with Nick the Booksmith, she has her own YouTube channel. She makes these glorious, wonderful junk journals, and I have talked about her before and absolutely in love with everything that she does. And anyways, I will put the link somewhere down below this video in the description box so you can go to her channel. She had decided to release a video series teaching other people how to make her wonderful journals, and I have been thinking for a really long time how I would like to make mini album that's something that is more of an kind of an heirloom quality type of thing. And so I've been watching Nick for about a year thinking, man, I wish I knew how to do this, and that would be great, and how could I incorporate a mini album into this? And I think I have figured it out. So I wanted to show you these today. I have a couple of these. These are like little kind of prototypes. This one, I love this book. It didn't turn out so well, and I'll explain to you why, even though it looks beautiful. This is got a nice curved spine, and she teaches you how to do that. And here's the back. I just kind of left it plain. I just did the small little embellishment on here. I kind of did like a fake plaster technique on this little embellishment and aged it and put it on the top. So we've got a little bit of seam binding holding it together. And when you open it up, this paper that I used is from Prima. It's the Vintage Emporium. Anyway, so you open this up, and on the inside, what I really wanted to do is incorporate some junk journal things into this. This is a hardcover, and so that will last a lot longer, I believe, than the covers we make. Now, don't get me wrong, I love making the mini albums that we all make. I love them to death. But I wanted something that was a little bit more of a decor piece that would probably fit into other people's, everybody's decor. You could still use pretty paper. It's just kind of vintagey looking and that kind of thing. So with this one, I love the way it turned out. However, I used all paper on the inside. Not a good idea because my book doesn't lay flat, which kind of bothers me. And as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it here, but the paper is already starting to fatigue. Now, I'm keeping this one for myself. I love this book. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna fix that, and then I'm gonna move on. And it may be requiring tearing some things apart, but that's okay. But it came out, it's just so pretty. It's so pretty, and I got a little ambitious with some cutting things, which, when you're when you first think of a project, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then you get into the middle of it and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But anyways, so here is the first page. There's 4 signatures in this book, and you can see I did some junk journal stuff. I did some stitching on the pages and whatnot. These books will hold 40 to 50 pictures depending on how you use them. So if you're using photo mats front and back, which is great because it makes them even more sturdy, you can get away with close to 50 pictures, I think. So anyway, so I just did some plain photo mats. I didn't use the paper because these are going to be completely covered with pictures, but you can see what I did. I did some stitching here, and I used a die cut machine here to create the pockets. And then These are all pocket pages. So all this pretty lace that you see here, this pulls out and you can get a nice photo in here, or a couple smaller photos in here. But I used all this. This is like real pretty vintage laces and stuff. And then these are blank on the back. So also if you use these front and back, you know, that's where you're talking about, you know, your 50 pictures. Anyways, you flip this over and you can see this doesn't lay flat. But like I said, I'm showing you this anyways because I just think it's so pretty. Did more stitching. This is a little waterfall. At the end of the waterfall, here's a pocket. A couple more photo mats. There is a magnet closure. And that's another thing too. I wanted to incorporate all the things that we like about mini albums. I wanted some flips and flaps and magnets and different things, different edges and things like that. So again, more sewing, flipping this open, large places for journaling, and I'm going through this quickly because I have another book that I want to show you. Again, another photo with some great vintage, or photo mat with some great vintage lace there, blank on the back, and then we flip this over and more edges, more sewing, and then we have a nice thing, kind of an envelope, I guess, that you can open up. More photo mats. Again, there's room to use these front and back, and they'll still fit in the pockets. Another magnet there, a nice large pocket here, a couple more photo mats, and then another photo mat with the pretty lace on it. And this opens up this way, so you can get lots of photos here, front and back, more stitching everywhere. I had fun. I had a lot of fun just putting my sewing machine through it and getting different stitches. And then this looks like a pocket, but it actually opens. And then on the back, this is kind of a hybrid. And I'm going to ask you a question later because I'm going to need your help on this. This is kind of a hybrid. I actually put, and I didn't really embellish these pages very much because this was just kind of try it out and see what works. I actually put an insert here, and I didn't even attach it, that you could journal in. I am not a journaler, but I do like the idea of little journaling cards or a small space to journal something. And this actually will come out. I did this with one of these little traveler's notebook cords. Oh, here's another pretty lace. Let me show you that real quick. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, so I secured that into that page. Now I've come up with a different way to add a journaling element to, since I've done this, I've come out with a different way to add a journaling element to the mini album without having to use this. That will still come out. So this is kind of a hybrid album. You can see you can put a nice photo here, you can put a nice photo here, and then if you wanted to journal, you could just pull this out and then you have a nice little booklet to journal with, but I didn't do. And then when you're done, it just slips right back over. So that's one way that I did that. But I hope you guys like this. I think it's beautiful. And like I said, I'll be fixing those mistakes. I did a little bit of trim sticking out of the edges here, front and back. So that was that one. The next one I did was kind of a fun one. It's a different, and again, these are like my prototypes, so I'm keeping these. I used the Bow Bunny Carnival Collection pack. I love this. It is full of just carnival images and circus images and magic posters and different things like that. And let me show you quickly. So this is what I came up with for this. Now this book also has a rounded spine, and we've got some cheesecloth that is just kind of dyed and aged, and you can see I left all the little strings hanging out just like you would a junk journal. I dyed the ribbon with the black, little Tim Holtz black soot, I guess, and this opens up. And then I and the image, I got this image over at the Graphics Fairy. Anyway, so you open this up. Now this book lays completely flat. And so yeah, so we didn't use paper in this one. In this one, the hinge is made out of material. So the book lays completely flat. and the pages open up and they lay completely flat as well, which is great. So let me run through this one. So here, same thing. I wanted that junk journal feel, did more stitching, you know, and then our mini album stuff. So now we've got in this one, because this paper has embellishments and things, and you can see when you close this up, there's room. It's still not full, so there's room for your pictures and there's room for embellishing as well, or sticking little notes or different little things in there. So we have this little side pocket. Let's see, am I in frame? Okay. Photo mat here and some little embellishments from the paper collection. And then again, these come out of the paper collection. These are great, little kind of gypsy fortune telling, a lady on the high wire or on the trapeze, and some photo mats inside. And then you flip this over and this opens up completely like that. Plenty of room for photos. And again, photo mats, you can totally use these front and back. I did this little as a pocket. And then these, of course, come out. These photo mats come out, the pages, they're all pocket pages. And I used this kind of, to me it looks like Art Deco trim that's kind of fits with the theme of the pictures. So it's got like sequins and some little beads, and it's very sparkly. And so I kind of imagine that they would, you know, may have used this on costumes back in that day. And that, you know, this album's probably not for everybody. You're probably going, oh, that's kind of weird, but that's okay. It's mine. I'm keeping it. But what I'm hoping is that you glean some ideas from this. So again, we have another kind of waterfall here. Great pictures of, you know, I just love these old pictures. Great pictures here. Plenty of space for photos. And they had all these little film strip type photos in here too. And then we have this cute little giraffe. And there's a little ticket behind this gal here that I sewed in. And this again opens up. I really like these kind of pockets because everything stays in. You don't have to worry about anything falling out. So you open these up, more photo mats. You can use these front and back. And again, there is also room. More will fit in here. And then another photo mat on the edge here. Same trim. I didn't want to spend a ton of money on trim, and I didn't have anything that I felt like went with this album, so I just used the same roll. This opens up this way. Plenty of room for photos. This paper is so cute. There's little doggies here. And then another great big ticket. A couple little pictures from the paper collection that I can pull out. This is a big pocket. I like that picture too. And then more photo mats, blank on the back. And there is another photo mat here. And you flip this over, and I kind of did the same deal because you can get a lot of pictures in this way. So I really liked this element from my last one, so I did it in here. So anyways, that's that. Now what I wanted to ask you all is, if you wouldn't mind helping me out, something like this, that's kind of, you know, a hybrid, it can be a junk journal. Would you like to see in it journaling cards? Would you like a space for journaling? Because like I said, I'm not much of a journaler, but I do like the little cards because you can just write a quick note. Anyways, give me your opinions. Leave a comment below. Give me your opinions and tell me, yeah, you know what, I'd like some pages for journaling, maybe not a lot of pages, or I just like the journaling cards or something like that. Let me know what your opinion is on it, because like I said, I will be back. My next album, the one I'm working on right now, I think is going to be Graphic 45's Diary of a Lady. I've been dying to use that paper. Head on over to Nick The Booksmith, head on over to her YouTube channel. Again, I will leave the link. If you want to learn how to make these wonderful hardcover books, she has them on Teachable. They're really easy. You can, you know, download them on your iPad and watch them, which is what I do. And thanks for watching, guys. You have a really great day. Bye-bye.